But I did think it was a little bit peculiar that some of the documents that should have been released immediately weren't.
And I was told that once these files are destroyed, the way they are set up, that even Elon Musk could not restore them.
Wake up, folks, because something really strange is happening in Washington right now. I'm sure you all remember Congresswoman Anna Paulina Luna, who was tasked with declassifying some of the most important documents in the history of this nation. Well, yesterday she made this tweet and started kind of a movement. On February 11th and February 19th, House Oversight Committee sent a letter to the DOJ asking for status on releasing the Epstein files as well as JFK, etc. The DOJ has not responded, reaching out on X because we can't seem to get a response from AG Pam Bondi. What is the status of the documents? These documents were ordered to be declassified by POTUS. She basically just told us that she's gotten no response from the Department of Justice, even though Pam Bondi has been saying things like this.
The DOJ may be releasing the list of Jeffrey Epstein's clients? Will that really happen?
It's sitting on my desk right now to review. That's been a directive by President Trump.
Where are we at with the Jeffrey Epstein list, the documents, and cash?
I can't talk about that publicly, but President Trump has given a very strong directive, and that's going to be followed.
Wow. Okay. So
a lot of documents.
Yeah, okay, all right.
Now, as soon as this tweet was published, people from all kinds of backgrounds started asking Pamela Bondi about those files. And when I say everyone, I mean everyone. Congressmen, senators, and even influencers were asking one simple question. Why aren't those files being released?
I got it in
And you didn't ask me what I'm mad about today.
Oh, well,
you didn't ask me what, Pam Bondi, where the heck are the dadgum files?
I want to see Epstein's list. I want to see the list of the sexual misconduct slush fund. Members of Congress and senators that taxpayer money was used to pay out their victims.
And if you watch any of the videos posted on this topic, you'll realize that most people are really mad at our new Attorney General.
Hey, yo, Pam Bondi, our DOJ queen. You said what? Epstein's client list is just chilling on your desk? That was like days ago. So where's the drop? What's the holdup? And Kash Patel, you were all day one. I'd spill the Epstein tea if I ran the FBI. Day one's come and gone, bro. And the clock is ticking, so what's the deal?
Breaking news out of Washington, D.C. This is so wild. The Epstein list has not come out. It's not coming out. There's no accountability. Nobody's behind fucking bars. Every politician that put their hands in our fucking pockets and stole our money for the last 4 years, they're not behind bars. Nobody's being held accountable.
Things became even more weird when Representative Luna went on the Benny Johnson show and said this.
I think it's very, very shady and very scary what happened with Jeffrey Epstein, okay? I do not believe that he killed himself, and I don't think other members of Congress believe that. People sell secrets to a foreign government, you will be charged with treason. So do not do that. Do not burn documents. You will be held accountable. We will find you. So just don't even do it.
Now, if you're wondering what she's talking about, let me catch you up to speed. An FBI whistleblower has alleged that files are being destroyed by people at the agency, and these files include the ones related to Jeffrey Epstein. The whistleblower also said that once deleted, these files cannot ever be recovered.
And I was told that once these files are destroyed, the way they are set up, that even Elon Musk could not restore them. So that's happening right now, as we speak.
Now, this, of course, is a scary situation. If this claim is true, we might be losing some of the most important information about these extremely vital cases. And the fact that a congresswoman is talking about it only makes me think that there's likely some truth to this story. And that's exactly why people are pissed off, and when I say people, I mean influential personalities like General Flynn, who made this tweet to express his anger. To those destroying the records, you will be held responsible, and for every page of evidence you destroy, we the people want 1 year in prison per page. I suggest you stop destroying the evidence. Now, the only way to calm all these people is to release those damn files, and the more Pam Bondi waits, the less trust people will have in whatever documents her office releases. Another story I want to share with you is all about those DOGE stimulus checks. I'm sure you've seen that Elon Musk is still trying to send out that money. money.
That's exactly right. Let's talk about these DOGE dividend checks that everybody's talking about this week. And I know you tweeted out that you're going to, does everybody want like a $5,000 check in the mail? It sounds kind of good, right? And the best part about it would be knowing where it came from. That's $5,000 that you sent them last year.
Totally. It's money that's taken away from things that are destructive to the country and from organizations that hate you to you. That's awesome.
Does it seem, have you talked to
that's
the
like
president?
glorious. That's like
the best.
The spoils of battle, you know?
I like that. Is there traction on that?
Yeah. So, I talked to the president, and he's supportive of that. And so it sounds like, that's something we're going to do.
Yep.
So as we're finding savings, that's going to translate directly to reductions in tax. So.
Yeah. I think they fired 6,000 people at the IRS today.
However, he isn't receiving enough support from even the most loyal GOP politicians. I mean, listen to what Senator Cynthia Lummis has said.
If there's money left after we address inflation and the debt and the deficit, it's always a good idea to send taxpayers their money back. But when we're $36 trillion in debt, we've dug ourselves a pretty deep hole. So we need to address that first.
Look, I know we need to pay that huge debt, but wouldn't it be better if people get a chance to really see just how DOGE is saving their money? And don't you tell me that a $5,000 check won't help people, because it most certainly will. And I'm not the only one saying that.
So we know all the rumors going around about the possibility of Elon Musk and Trump giving every person or household or whatever this $5,000, right? And so I'm like, hell yeah, I could use $5,000. I know a lot of people around me that could use $5,000 too. Now, of course, we're not going to forget that, maybe Trump and Musk want this money to go back to Americans, and that's truthful. They also know that all of us people will go out and spend that money. We won't save it, we'll spend it. And so then it will go back into our economy and it will help our economy, right? So I get on social media and I'm like, I wonder what people are saying about this. Can you believe that people are actually pissed off about it? And they're like, $5,000? What's $5,000 gonna do for me? Should be more than $5,000. $5,000 ain't shit. I don't know what kind of world you all live in that think like that, but $5,000 to me and my family is a lot of freaking money. And I could do a lot of great things with $5,000. But this is the problem. We're too entitled. Too entitled to think that $5,000 is not enough money.
Now, in addition to all these shady politicians stonewalling these checks, some people are also pointing out another problem. They say the checks won't be helping low-income families.
For starters, what you have to realize is DOGE doesn't actually want to send money to low-income earners, which I'll explain in a second. But the way they get to $5,000 per person is by saving individuals $2 trillion in taxes, going and taking 20% of that, which is $400 billion, and dividing that by 79 million tax-paying households to pay everyone $5,000 per person. Obviously, this is exciting. It would be nice to get an additional $5,000 in your pocket, and Trump's done things like this before with the stimulus checks back in 2020 and 2021. But here's the real problem with it. Read what it says above me right here. There's nothing inflationary about paying off debts. The reason why they're writing about that is because they don't want to give this money to people who will spend it. The reason for this is, say, for instance, you give someone $5,000 and they go spend it in the economy, then everything gets more expensive. That's why we had inflation. So in order to make sure that things don't get expensive, what people want to do is give $5,000 to higher earners, which I personally don't think will pass through Congress.
Well, let me make a couple of things clear. Elon Musk never specified a number, so it may be true that only taxpayers will get the money, and even in that case, a lot of working class people will be receiving quite a lot of money. However, there's also a good chance that these checks might be for everyone, in which case the amount for each check will be significantly less, but it will still be a lot of money going to American households, many of whom can definitely use it. So I think we gotta keep making noise until this administration administration finally decides to pay us back some of the money that was stolen from us. Now, on this channel, I've talked a lot about all the bad eggs in our aviation industry. However, today I want to share a story of hero pilots who saved a Southwest Airlines flight from a certain disaster thanks to their quick thinking. As you just saw, the flight came very close to crashing into that rogue private jet, but thankfully the pilots did their job and saved the day.
Flabbergasted, and everybody wants to blame somebody different, but deep down below, we all know where the blame lies. But I just want to say kudos to that fucking pilot. Kudos to him, because he did that. He was observant. He knew he just did what he needed to do to save them people's lives, because that was going to be a casualty.
However, I think we need to know just why we were so close to witnessing yet another disaster. Next up, I want to talk about Joy Reid, whose show on MSNBC was just canceled, and she said this about the situation.
That what I was doing had value. And in the end, I'm sorry, I try not to cry on TV.
Well, let me show you what kind of value her show was providing.
Make your own sandwiches, wipe your own tears, troll amongst yourselves with Elon, and leave us alone. You got your heart's desire, the president you dreamed of, and worship instead of Jesus.
Hold on, it gets worse.
And this time, you didn't even have to storm the Capitol, smash the windows, or try to kill police officers or issue death threats to poll workers. See? You did it just by voting this time. Congrats.
She has to be high or something, because this is so unhinged and so un-American that even a New Age socialist wouldn't want to associate with her. As you can see, she was just another crazy media plant who was only there to slam Donald Trump. And now that he has managed to return to the White House, MSNBC doesn't really need her, so it makes sense why they cut her off. And I think she's only the first of many such journalists who are going to be out of jobs because America has changed and they've become obsolete. And speaking of people who have become obsolete, let's talk about Dan Crenshaw. The unhinged politician was caught on a hot mic saying something very concerning about Tucker Carlson.
Have you ever met Tucker?
We've talked a lot. I ever meet him. He's the worst person.
Well, I had to mute that word, but basically Mr. Crenshaw is talking about unaliving Tucker Carlson. Look, folks, Dan has a history of saying some very controversial stuff, to put it lightly.
You know how much fucking money I've ever had in the stock market? About $20,000, and yet I've been dragged through the mud on this as if like there's some insider trading. Because what do the people want? Well, they want an easy button. All my problems will be solved if there's no stock trading. All my problems will be solved if there's term limits.
Where's going, dude? We don't want it anymore. Oh, I just witnessed it. You got that on camera? Dan Crenshaw just...
And he's even lost his popularity among veterans thanks to his alleged antics.
Or I'm putting this out right now is because if Dan Crenshaw is willing to lie, to gain favor with other politicians, to climb that political ladder, and pretty much throw somebody away for life, what do you think he's doing to the American people? This man cannot stop lying.
So, I don't know about you, but I'm not shocked at all to hear him say such things about Tucker. It's just who Mr. Crenshaw is. And that's gonna do it for today's video. I'm really looking forward to hearing what you guys think about this file deletion scandal. Why do you think Pam Bondi is taking so long to release those files? Feel free to share your thoughts with everyone in the comments down below. As always, thank you for taking the time to watch today's video, and I'll catch you in the next one.